Have you ever noticed someone who never posts their photos online? No selfies, no look at me moments, just silence. In a world obsessed with visibility, that silence almost feels like a mystery. But here's what most people miss. That silence isn't emptiness, it's expression. And it actually says a lot about their confidence, their mindset, and their emotional intelligence. So let's break down what's really going on behind that quiet choice. 1. Inner confidence. Privacy over performance. The first thing it reveals is inner confidence. Most people use social media as a mirror to be seen, liked, and validated. But those who choose not to post, they've simply outgrown the mirror. Now, of course, not everyone who stays private does it out of confidence. Some avoid exposure out of fear or insecurity, while for many it's a deliberate choice, a quiet kind of self-assurance. Their sense of worth doesn't come from hearts or comments. It comes from within. Psychologists call this secure self-esteem, the kind of confidence that stands on its own, even when no one's watching. They don't need to announce every success to feel accomplished. They're not hiding. They're just comfortable not performing. In a culture that teaches us to prove our worth through visibility, their silence is rebellion. And that rebellion is confidence in its purest form. 2. Mindset, the power of self-awareness. Then comes mindset, the way they think, perceive, and define themselves. People who rarely post often have what psychologists call self-concept clarity. They know who they are, they know what matters, and they don't need a digital audience to confirm it. Their self-awareness acts like a compass. It keeps them centered. They don't post to prove. They don't perform to please. They live in alignment with their values, not with algorithms. Now, that doesn't mean people who post are shallow, not at all. Some express meaning through visibility, while others express it through silence. It's not the act that defines depth, but the awareness behind it. Some people don't share simply because they're indifferent, but for others, it's mindfulness, a conscious decision to live the moment before documenting it. They prefer meaning over momentum. When they speak, it's deliberate. When they share, it's thoughtful. They'd rather say one real thing than 100 hollow ones. That kind of mindset isn't antisocial, it's self-anchored. It's the mark of someone who's not trying to keep up with the world, because they already know where they stand. 3. Emotional intelligence, stability in a noisy world. Finally, this choice reveals emotional intelligence. To survive online, you need a thick skin. Every photo opens the door to judgment, comparison, and commentary. But emotionally intelligent people understand something deeper. Not every door deserves to be opened. They regulate their exposure the same way they regulate their emotions, with awareness and restraint. They're not afraid of criticism. They're just selective about where they spend their energy. Some people stay offline simply because it's not their world. But for others, it's a way of protecting their inner world. In psychology, this is called emotional regulation, the ability to choose peace over pressure. And beneath it all, they see through the illusion of social media. They know that most of what we see online is performance, a highlight reel crafted to impress, not express. Instead of competing for attention, they protect their peace. Instead of chasing comparison, they cultivate contentment. That's not detachment, it's wisdom, because they understand something simple but profound. What's real doesn't always need to be revealed. So the next time you meet someone who never posts their photos, don't assume they're insecure or hiding. Look closer. You might be seeing someone with unshakable confidence, a grounded mindset, and emotional depth that doesn't need validation. They're not invisible. They're free. Because true confidence doesn't need to be seen. True awareness doesn't need to be proven. And true intelligence knows exactly when to stay silent. So I'm truly curious, which one feels like you? The quiet observer? The one who values privacy? Or someone learning to share without losing yourself? Drop your thoughts below. I'd love to hear your story. And if this space made you pause for a moment, I'd truly appreciate it if you hit like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so we can meet again in the next quiet moment.